Hey everyone, I'm Inqs, and welcome to Season 59, 5 vs 5 Grand Arena Championship, Week 2, Round 2, for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. My opponent once more is Arsenal416, the Vanguard of... Come on, show it. Maw VDO, Vanguard of Disorder. What's going on? Hey, Sheepdog. I see we got a few people in the chat here at the start. How y'all doing? How's the weekend going? Going to the cider mill tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. You can only, you got to smuggle in a flask of spiced rum. You can't go wrong. Get you a fresh cup of the hot or the cold cider. Get a sack of the cinnamon sugar donuts, and then go walk the trails behind the cider mill. Go do that for like an hour. It's amazing. That's tomorrow. But today, we fight Arsenal. So, yeah, one of our more regular opponents, I guess I would say. Let's go ahead and start some music here in the background. Get the prediction running. All right. 2 or less, 3 or more. Y'all know the drill. Let's go ahead and get this on screen. Okay. Head to head with my buddy Arsenal. All right. It's a top 50 matchup. Rank 35 versus rank 43. GP, I'm just under 15 million. It's rounding me up. I'll let you know when I cross the Rubicon. That's a big one. All right, 15 to his 14.6. Top 80 GP, 3.14 to his 3.08 million. Zetas, 363. We're tied. GAC Omicrons, I have 64. He has 65. Okay. Top 80 average speed, I have 164 to his 165. Okay. Mod analysis. Man, he looks like he's got me on speeds. Plus 25s, my 235 to his 285. 20 to 24s, my 506 to his 642. Plus 20s, my 741 to his 927. Plus 4% offense mods, my 195 to his 188. And my 6% offense is 69 to his 60. It's pretty close. Even where I got him beat, it's still pretty close. Sheepdog, your weekend's rainy but better than how your GAC had been. Ooh, sorry to hear that, buddy. That's tough. All right. Relic analysis, total levels. My 2272 to his 2163. Relic 9s, my 114 to his 63. Relic 8s, my 139 to his 137. And Relic 7s, my 18 to his 67. Datacron analysis, total rerolls, my 420, yeah man, to his 542. Level 9 Datacrons, my 60 to his 56. 6 to 8s, I have 0, he has 1. And 3 to 5s, I have 1, and he has 3. That's probably including our new set. Probably a couple crons from our new set. Okay. Galactic Legends, gonna see if anything jumps out at me. So yeah, he's got very high potency, as do I. Such are the demands of the meta right now. If you're interested in using that slacker counter to Great Mothers and have it be reliable, yeah. All right. JMK, pretty fast. It's a weird song. Why are you like this? I really liked that song, but this song's annoying. Try this one, not for size. All right. Nothing else about the GLs really jumped out at me. Very high prot on his gas. Fast Malgus. Very fast for how large he is. Wow. Okay. Fast cap. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and blow up the Omega Bot report. So, of course, this is going to be based on the last season. Hero 5 versus 5. I have no idea what he's doing this time. But, yeah, he generally favors at least opening early. Some of the time. Interesting. Well, this one was right at the end of the round because he didn't have to worry about it. This was against an Aurodium. He started later against Tom Ford, though. Okay. Mod-wise, look at this, man. He is just packed. Just crushing it on speed. I wonder what percentage of his mods are actual speed sets, because this is dramatically faster average. From like, what, 18 to 25? And then it starts to close up to 26. It doesn't really close until 27. So, that's intense. Alright, GC Omicron-wise, yeah, he's got the Tuscan Chieftain one that I refuse to get on principle because it's garbage. Task, genuinely curious, why the potency on Slacker, says Spovo. So, if you've been seeing anybody do that crew Slacker counter, part of the counter is being able to get past Morgan and then stun Great Mothers, which is going to be really hard to do if you can't stop her from regaining taunt. So, there you go. I can't go into too much more detail for reasons. Alright, squad banner efficiency last week. My man did some sweating. Alright. He'll take his free lunch where he can. If you leave him something, he can 68, 69. He will. 65, 64, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, okay. Only a few attacks, really. So what? 1 3-shot, a 2-shot, and was otherwise clean. But he only had 2 real matchups last week. Regardless. Oh, no, wait.
Thank you for the
No, this is last week. That's right. This isn't last month. This is week 2. Yes. This is last week's data. All right. Yeah. You've been doing the counter without issue. Yeah, well, see, Spovo, it all depends on how much tenacity your opponent is willing to commit to the cause. It takes some doing. All right. What's up, Bane? Appreciate the biddies. 200 biddies from Bane. Thank you so much, my man. Happy Saturday to you. All right, last week, Arsenal was setting Leia, Krex, Traya, Saw, Great Mothers, Gas, Qui-Gon, Lord Vader Maul, Boss Nass, Queen Amidala, Ray Swallow Nest, or Ray Swallow, JMK Cap, Malgus. Tough to read that too much. Malevolence, Executor, Finalizer on defense. Man isn't really trying to contest. And when last we matched up, you might recall that slightly before my last matchup with Arsenal, somebody placed that Leviathan fleet on me. That's the B-28 Dagger and Sass. And if you take Chimera against it, you can either do 70, 71 banners, or you get like turn meter looped really early, and then you just kind of watch the days go by as you get just blown out of existence. And I did set that against Arsenal last time, and it got him, because he did in fact have his Leviathan on defense. He did use Chimera, and now he's not doing any of that shit, I'll tell you what. And I'm much the same. When I see somebody in their history that's willing to set that on defense, it's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. The Chimera counter is great and all, but when you have like a coin flip on either 70 banners or complete non-participation unto death, yeah. Slouchy, what's going on, man? All right, let's see here. So yeah, Traya. Okay, so defenses by zone: Nass, Queen, Ray, JMK, Malgus, something like that. Great Mothers. Yeah, see, Great Mothers is going to be in the back. That makes sense. Because I have to spend what I have to spend early. That makes sense. So he's going to have... I wonder if he took Leia off defense. All right. Offense-wise, so how does he prefer to attack? Aphra, Reva, Bane, Cere, Malgus. At least 2 out of 3 rounds. Jabba, Slacker, JML, Dash, EKM, Starkiller, DTMG. What did he drop on last week? Ray, Swallow, Cat, Nest. Yeah, that's going to be Tom Ford. That'll be Tom Ford. Saw Gerrera, Leia Crex, and that was about it. All right. And that's a dropped win. Yellow means he cleaned it up on the second go. All right. That's enough on that. How we doing on time? It's time to close off? All right. Yeah. I'll let that time out naturally, and then we're going to take a look at the board. Get them votes in, people. All right. First of all, thank you to Arsenal. Always appreciate when my opponent can clear the bottom front wall before I stream. But in this case, he told me he's actually got a busy day today, so he won't be around. Last time we were able to have him here on stream with us on the call. It's always a pleasure to have him. But yeah, he's got a busy life today. So let's talk about the defense. Top side, we have my Nass Gungans here, and we got 3 holds. Took him 4 shots to clear. That was 3 withdraws, and then the clear. So you gotta wonder. Maybe at least one of those was a cooldown pull. All right, the rest of this he one-shot. I got banners for you guys, though. Don't you worry. You know I was stalking this like a beast. I want to say it was 65 on Malgus. Spoiler, he's 65'd a bunch of shit. It's actually kind of wild. I think I'll tell you the banners here in a second, because it makes most sense to start from the bottom, reading off the banners, but God. All right, against my Queen Amidala team, 65, right? I want to say. Yes, it was 65. I wrote Ray, but I meant Queen. All right, Jabba, he got a 63 on. Against Leia, 65. And against Great Mothers, 62. 62. JMK? Makes sense. All right. Now we can come back up here. All right. Yeah, 65 on Ray. Against Lord Vader, 65. Against... Let's see. The next one is his drop in the back. So against the Saw team here with... Yeah, so he had been keeping Jabba, and I thought he might use Jabba against something like this Saw team. And if he did, we'd also have the threat of Baze in here for the dispel, in addition to Crex. It's pretty nice. So he killed, I want to say, Crex and Baze on the first go, withdrew on the second, and then later cleaned it up for 27 banners. All right, and yeah, so you got, he got like a 25. Okay, 25. So he did max banner that Nass team in the end. It's kind of interesting. And his score at the end of squads was a 1343. So he had two shots. Like 60 banners dropped. That's a little bit of margin, but his defense looks pretty challenging. All right, and then we'll talk here about Fleet. He just one-shot everything. You know, you're not going to be too shocked. Let's see here. 75, 75. and a 74. 75, 75, 74. All right, so excellent job on fleets. Only those 2 teams he dropped on, and we'll just thank our lucky stars that it's enough banners cost, you know, just from that. Tough matchup, Maximus PM15. Yeah, man, Arsenal's always a good opponent. How do you know withdraw versus other types of finals? Because I'm an insane stalker, in fact. So I was actually playing other games on my computer when he started attacking, but I had my phone open to the GAC board, and I saw when he would attack, and I saw him back out. I just stalked it, like a complete no-lifer. All right? There's your answer. Fuck them frogs, yeah. And yes, if they registered an attempt and their team is still full health and full protection, you can assume the withdraw. Yes, that is what it would look like on the board. But you see no progress made on the team. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's talk about his defense, top side. All right, Malgus, DR, BSF, Malik, Sith Marauder, Grit Kron, Tank Revive. Not bad. Yeah, that's a lot of special damage, too. Nice for Darth Revan. Okay, Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, Boba, Embo. Attacker Kron, 300% defense. Challenging. Potentially dangerous. I like the Embo there because he tends to complicate. Like, if he dodges, which he will, often, because he evades, it can be an unwelcome delay for Aphra. Something I have to think about. Trench, Django, Dooku, Newton, Watt. Yeah. So, if you noticed on my defense, you'll see I didn't have Trench down. I didn't have Finn down. Right now, it feels like teams like that are too easy. I don't like it, man. I've seen people do Imperial Troopers on it. It just feels like free money. Alright, DTMG, Scout, Moff Gideon, Night Trooper, and Death with the Moff Gideon Kron, so that is a considerable danger. That's why I'm worried about this bottom front wall. It's actually going to be kind of costly. Alright. Alright, so Traya, so this is the second time I'm fighting this. Traya, Talon, Nihilus, Savage, and Lord Vader. When last I fought this team, I was a complete dodo. I took Cere Malicos. Didn't have crew, because I'd used that to fight Great Mother, so I didn't have any type of taunt. Not that that should matter, because Nihilus would safely be able to get off his cooldown increase, and you end up having a really bad time. I ended up killing a couple of the characters, but still to clean up the meat and potatoes of the team. So we won't be doing that. Boss Nass, I'm actually very interested in here. So it's the max health, high prod. Yeah. But doesn't everything kind of just go to plan once you... well, no, you'll always have a Gungan intercede, but what the hell does that matter? That's what massive damage is for. So, spoiler, I'm thinking about doing Mon Mothma versus this. I think I saw it in Aesop's attack history last week. Somebody? I usually browse some of the top guys and see what kind of creative shenanigans they're up to. Mon Mothma is very attractive. Why are some of these songs so much louder than others? That's annoying. Okay. Alright, Cere, Fulcrum, Shin, Malicos, and Maul with the attacker Kron. Cere plus 4 attackers, alright? I feel like anything less... I feel like anything less than JMK. And this is like a real problem. This is a very high commit team. that means I can safely assume that he had Lord Vader for offense. Not that that matters. It's not an issue. I have been using Inquisitors on Gungans. Swear to God. Okay. Ray, Swallow, Nest, Cal, and L3. Alright, so Cal's an interesting wrinkle here. If you're going to do Cere Malicos, you really do want to do Cere Malicos Starkiller. I don't know that Cal makes a difference on that. But what it does do is become a real annoyance for JMK if you were so inclined. Because you want to smite the Nest, but you also kind of want to smite the Cal. The Cal's kind of a pain to beat through. But I feel like you would definitely smite the Nest. Regardless. So his Great Mothers is in the back. We know that. It's probably Leia as well. And then something. Now, as far as what I can do here, doesn't DTMG... I don't know that DTMG counters this Traya thing. I mean, why would it? Because if DTMG, if you have like Moff Gideon here and you trigger Nihilist, then you just have your DTMG deleted, and that's the end of that, right? So that's not an answer. No Cere Malicos kind of thing. I think Bane can do this. How does this work? You would start off with the cooldown increase. That's going to trigger Nihilist, though, probably. And then he's going to delete Set. You'd really want to bring Set for this, right? C Bane is safe. C and Bane together is too much. I feel like you can do Bane Set. I don't know that I want to do that. That's so expensive. Let me see. I looked this up a little earlier. All Bane leads here. Why does that matter? What did you do to make that matter? Just we're a large tank. Tank revive is of no value. 75% on 33 battles. Why did you lose? 24 seconds. There's no counterattack on these guys. High risk, low reward. I feel like I'm going to want to have Bane for Leia in the back. That's my expectation. It's going to be expensive, I feel. Super low defense. Low defense would be an issue. Yeah. Okay. So what do all these losing fights have in common so far? Crom-wise, low defense. See, people with Relic 5 Banes trying to do this. Okay. Why don't we clean up these numbers a little bit, make them ever so slightly realistic, yeah? Well, we'll say 7 for you, but I meant 9 for you. Let's see if that's enough. No. Wait. Only one, really. That's not what's important. All right. 65. This makes sense to me. Sith Assassin. That means it didn't matter. Why did it work? High health instead of exceptional defense. Turn meter. Attacking Kron. Tank revival. Unexceptional survivability. This may be the thing to do. Because then C can go for Malgus up top. I think the task is to use JML somewhere up here. I think using it against the Cere team is pretty risky. Unless I throw in Plo Koon. I haven't done JML Plo, and I think that would be pretty nasty. Alright. Yeah, I can't allow it. Attacker Kron. I think my issue is that I don't have a lot of turn meter ones. Yeah, that is the issue. Okay, so we get the speed stuff. We also follow up though with the basic, so we get the speed up for free from that. Defense. Physical damage. Okay, one and the same. JML Plo is okay for Leia if you need that. See, that's helpful to know. See, that's helpful. Because I feel like it's got to be JMK for that Cere team. It sucks that the Maul is there, but we'll figure our way around that. He's going to have the 5 stacks of Anguish off rip, which is kind of annoying if we do JMK. As if my comments aren't typically helpful. No, what I meant was I wasn't even thinking in that direction right then, so that's helpful. All right. So it's going to be the cooldown increase off rip, and then ride the wave, I think. If we smite you here, then there is no deletion. But we can't smite you because of talent. So you take the money and run, knowing that you lose set right here. Like I said, you take the money and run. Okay. This works. You said better work. Oh, I wasted that basic. Okay. All right, solid opener. I feel quite a bit better about that. 65 plus 10. Yeah, we needed set there. That was important. Okay, so I wanted to see that. Did I still have that looked up from earlier? No. I have a pretty high level of confidence about this Mon Mothma thing versus the Gungans. Let's see here. It's irritating. All right, yes, I do remember seeing people doing JML. That is true. Yeah, this BKM thing, man, I'm one of the guys that lose with that. Because you need to have really good defense on your Kron that you're going to use for that. Better win rate with BAM. I could see why that would be true. Really? Hera? Talk to me. Support Kron. With an attacker Kron worked as well. Okay, I don't have that as an option, but interesting, nevertheless. Gas is a 50%. Really? How did that go? So you lost your 5s, but then you just ended them. Relatively high defense. And the attacker 6, that was all. That was all that seemed to be required. Interesting. What if this were a slam dunk? That would be cool to test that one. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Anyway, where's my Mon Mothma? Didn't I see that earlier? No, I didn't. There it is. Where did I have that written? Maybe you do need Luthen for that. Okay, when I checked into this earlier, when I was looking at this, I didn't filter on for all of the Omicrons on Jar Jar. And I think with at least one of them, Mon Mothma becomes unreliable. How do we accomplish this? Not really the one I wanted. I don't know. We'll see what that playlist is about. Alright, so you lost because of insufficient defense, no doubt. Then the rest of you won. But not by much. That's real risky. And yet it still seems to be much safer than Riva in general. That's interesting to me. I have had to clean it up. Maybe I do BKM here. Or I hazard this gas thing. I kind of like this idea. Gas would be a solid trade here. I wonder how he does with the prop disruption. High defense and attacker. Physical damage, crit damage. These are good things. The 3 would be a bonus. This is actually kind of nice, right? This is actually kind of nice. Significantly less defense, but it's also less waste. I think we'll try it. All right. Mildly crazy. Give me them bits back, says Bane. All right, how are we looking to do this? There's going to be an ability block that comes out from Boombadir, AoE ability block. We want to have Tenactiy Up before that, but we can only afford to do it. Well, that is an interesting question. Are we just trying to race out ahead? I think we do keep Rex's Dispel, because I think once they do sit gas, it's going to be important to try and bring him up as quick as possible. That's going to annoy me. Alright, let's see what happens. Be ready for anything. Use him, Boomba. Can't do any kind of assist shit because you've got that out right now. You're gonna do your thing. Yep, there it is. See, I would have wasted that immediately had that happened. Okay. This is fine. We're all fine. Quick question. What? Okay. Right, yes. This whole not doing stuff. It's a grand old time. Okay. Completely, we're all having a normal one. Yep. I guess you just kind of just sit there for a while. Alright. Back over to you. That's good. That's less good. Alright, at least you're unblocked for the moment. That will be helpful, I imagine, momentarily. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't exactly have our thing yet, do we? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. What I need for you guys to do is start... Ooh, shit. What was that? What was that? So they didn't even get specials, thought you should know. Please stand up. Could the real Slim Shady? You're not blinded, so this does stuff? In theory, yeah. Okay, we're back. The point of doing anything with that. Probably you. Retarget you? Gotta be careful about this now. We're not gonna get a lot of chances. Yeah, gotta burn that. That's the way things go. Hey, man, this is whack. This is whack. Oh! Stop it. Yeah. So we'll forfeit this one. How would you like to proceed? I guess we would try Inquisitors next. That's the most prudent thing. Yeah. I really like this healer cron in case they randomly pop 7th Sister. She gets to come back. Alright. Yeah, it's been bad. It was real bad, indeed. You know, it was a terrible time. I would not recommend it to anybody. Okay, so what does this mean? Can assist or counterattack. None of that's really great. How do we wish to open? I guess we'll do it like this and get rid of this shit. Okay. Probably not the best decision, but everybody else but her gets buffed. That can't be too bad. I need all these AoEs to ping. Yeah, like so. I need Reva. Reva. Everybody else, still be ability blocked, please. Alright, Reva, you're supposed to do stuff, and I really wish you would. Okay, we're almost there. Stay on target. Again, Reva, anytime. Okay. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Target you. Pop, pop. Gotcha. Could have done that in the first place. Okay. I'm fine, you're fine, we're all fine. People who need to get healed up. So, we don't want her to die as long as possible. But the thing is, she has a revive. Yeah, nobody gets to revive, though. I think that's a feature of the shield, though. In which case, he's the most important one to preserve. But he's also not taking damage. I think we'll just put this out here for now. Immediately get it dispelled, so it's good to just take the prod, I guess. Okay. Now I guess they just take a bunch of turns until the end of time, so it's fine. It's fine. Ah, there we go. That's a death mark. We need that. That is not good at all. Gotta go for the attack, actually. Come on. Let's go. Get that assist. Yeah, boy! Okay, we're through the gate, at least, in terms of that one. It doesn't really profit me to hit you with that particular death mark. It's not the death mark I'm wanting right now. That's the death mark I'm wanting. You don't get to stealth, which is fine. Okay. Dispel. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that, because it was getting a little dire. He said, things still being dire. Okay. Okay. Gonna put that down under had him the whole time. We can top you off, get a banner back. We'll take the money. Okay. Let us annotate our failure. Okay, so that didn't work, and then the first go was gas. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't regret For that gas counter, I think maybe it was worth using Rex's turn meter gain, you know, his form up immediately. Maybe your best chance to win the fight is to try and take as many turns before gas gets sat in the first place. Because what we discovered there is, like 2 or 3 of my troopers really didn't even get to do specials, so. Granted, they, you know, the Tenactiy Up would have been immediately dispelled by Boss Nass, which is what I had feared. So that's why I didn't do it, and I was right, but we still lost. Alright. Cere Malgus, Star Killer, Cal 9th. Attacker Crumb. Defense would be appreciated. Acceptable. Physical damage would be better? I don't know. I do like this. This is kind of nice, actually. The defense is lacking. The prot's kind of cool. The health's kind of cool. But the defense is pretty butts. And then it goes to this one. Alright, we'll take this one then. The Arj. Hey Arj, what's going on, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. Hope all is well over there. Yeah, gas did eat it on Gungans. Yes, it was terrible. Striker, what did you take out the Traya team with? I need to clear that without a GL. Yeah, I used Bane set, yeah. And it was a cinch. I feel like you do really need the pre-taunt though. Because I was right. Do you really need the pre-taunt? You get to ignore taunt, right? So, I mean, yeah, you do, though. You do, because you don't have all the time in the world. Talon's going to save Traya. You need to kill Traya to stop Nihilus from getting his execute activated. So, I don't know if there is another good way to play that, but I feel like Bane's set is really good. What's the strat? You open up with third, you do the cooldown increase. Just focus on Traya. After that, like, you're gonna do your AoE right after, which should, if you're targeting Traya, kill her, activate Talon's Savior. It should also trigger Nihilus to go. He will have his execute available, but since you increased everybody's cooldowns, nobody's had any kind of chance to dispel or get around set, so Nihilus immediately pops your set, and then you finish up the fight. You're just trying to make sure you don't get popped. Arj, all is well, thank you, sir. Managed to dodge 2 hurricanes during my honeymoon in Florida, which is a positive. Dude, you are so cursed, man. You are so cursed. That is so cursed. I feel bad for you, man. That is crazy that you had to deal with all that out there. All right. I'm hoping that this makes a difference. Wow, man, these playlists are kind of short. Okay, don't do that. Stop that. I really have to insist. Stop. This is terribly damaging to my plan. Stop it. Yes, this one. Yes. Okay. Use him de Boomba. Kind of like that, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop with all that. Okay. Probably you next. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I say. Okay, everybody can chill. Woohoo! Alright. Wop, 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 wop. Yeah. Alright. Good. Everybody be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Okay. That's not cool. Stop it. You were supposed to have taunt. What do you even do here? What's the turn meter situation look like? It looks fucking dire. Thank you for asking. We can still use... It's a heal, so it won't even save her, even if I wanted to. Which means probably my best move is just the Dispel for now. I'm just going to draw the counter back into him, but at least... Yeah, well, I mean, you know, such is the price. We want to do a special here. Do we? Yeah, we do. Because then the heal here, we'll call him. That's a kill. This is a kill. And then you just kind of chill for a minute. Alright, and then we're all cool. You're cool, I'm cool, we're all cool. Everybody's cool. And give him the ship. Shipping and receiving department. Alright. It'll have to do. 62. Still have C. This Cere Malgus thing bothers me. Yeah, I thought JML. Somebody might try JML. But yeah. Really? 0? Why? Really? Super high defense on the Kron. That is also our situation, yes? No. No, it's not. It's not. What you need them to do is not stuff. We would want high defense going into this. Malgus makes them all perma-killers, so there's no point in tank revive. Just take the speed up. Highest defense. That's the right 6. Not the preferred 3, but it doesn't look like the preferred 3 is anywhere near in the top crons. Yeah. Yeah. 67% defense? I think not. Okay, we won't be doing that. Has Arsenal had drops too? He's had 2 3-shots. So he's dropped not less than 60 banners, plus whatever little bit of banner bleed, but he was mostly 65s otherwise. Aren't they stun immune with Malgus around? I was trying to remember if there was a stun immunity there as well. But the I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I have to think about this. Whenever they are inflicted with stun, they dispel it and recover 30% health and protection. Yeah, and I respect that. But that effect does not persist through death.
What's going on, man?
Oh, hey, buddy. I actually forgot I was still in here. I'm actually on stream right now. I'll pop back in afterwards, though. I'm down to Helldive later.
It's all good. I was saying what's up. I'm out. Peace.
All right, peace. I forgot I was still in Discord. So, yeah. It's mostly about the defense here. Out of curiosity, I think that's the highest defense option, period. That is light side. The turn meter is entirely wasted, so what the hell do I care? You could go with this one, but then you have no type of natural benefit going. Crit avoidance is kind of interesting. Ooh, the armor penetration is nice. Yeah, see, the turn meter is just completely garbage, though. Alright. Can't you dispel Maul and then yeet Malgus? I think it's only under Lord Vader that Maul is going to be hidden under stealth at the beginning. So, yes. Not, JMK nullifies you worrying about Frenzy, but the trade-off is Maul's going to start with 5 stacks. So he's going to get to do stuff. But you're absolutely right. We need to smite that. Oh, this sucks because Shin is... You don't want any of these guys doing things. I feel like we want to have 2 tanks. How does that actually work? Your other option would be... I don't think we want Padme here. Like, Malgus is the one that's going to be attacking out of turn, but he's the first for us to kill. So, Padme's mitigation feels like waste. Plo Koon doesn't feel like he's needed. So we won't do that. So we'll take GK. Obviously we take Ahsoka. So who's our 5th? Xeris? Probably won't be needed elsewhere. GK Mace and Snips. Yeah. Usually using GK and Mace together is verboten because of Starkiller being separate, but we did in fact already use Starkiller. Okay. So we just have super high defense and stun Kron. Once we take out Malgus, we can stun. Gotta get rid of Maul immediately after. They have like no defense of their own, all damage. They're gonna hit cosmically hard. It's gonna be great. They gain no turn meter though, so they are wicked frickin' slow. Mace is pretty good, yeah. Okay. None of you are eligible to be stunned. However, we would want to target you ideally. There's no reason to allow you to have any buffs. You are now capable of executing, so we do it right here. Okay. Up, 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 up. Beautiful work. Now you are stunnable. Everybody is stunnable, but you... In particular, I don't want doing stuff, so if it's all the same to you, you're going to dispel yourself anyway, so that's kind of a red herring. It's mostly your AoE that I really just don't want going on. Everybody has TMR, so that doesn't really matter. I guess we'll call you. I like that. You're just gonna do stuff now. Okay. We should take down Maul then. Almost there. Good. stun. We'll take it. But you free yourself. Stun you. Less worried about that. You need to go wet. Mm-hmm. 65. Good. Okay. Pricey wall. But we made it. All right. Qui-Gon, Great Mothers. Okay, so he's got the Marin concentrate back there, man. This is my first time fighting this one in the wild, so hopefully nothing too crazy. How are you kitted out? It's pretty strong. All right. Let's plot out the rest of the wall. Yes. Yeah, JML feels like it would be good. We could keep them stunned. We have Plo available to us. So, what does that look like? JML, Plo, JKR. JKL. Jedi kill? I guess. Alright, so crew, Slacker, Hux, Fu, Phasma. Trench. What do I prefer for Trench today? Oh, and DTMG. So, I could do Aphra for... Yeah, Aphra there. BKM against DTMG, right? And then I think I also have DTMG. So I believe I could use that against Jabba. Let's do a little research about that right quick. Yeah, I'm glad I have Sith Eternal as a separate. Add Rad for DTMG? You know, I haven't done that yet. Doesn't require POW, right? Better. Well, I mean, if it does, I guess we have him. We could do that fight a little later and see. Malgus, we're just going to do C on that. So there's nothing really to worry about there. We can go ahead and knock that one right out. Is it important? Not really, no. Link, delete, link, then relink these two. Yeah, this is the old way. So we're unlikely to use Trench. I need to think about my full options here. Man, some of these playlists are just weird. There we go.
Better than that, but
Fair. Really don't want to have any more drops. I think DTMG works very well against Qui-Gon. Didn't I actually write that down? I think I did mean to. So he didn't set a Saw team. That's good to know. He also didn't set a Queen team. So he did like Queen to Leia, something like that. Okay. Okay. He didn't set gas either, which is smart, because I was fixing to bounty hunter that one. So, all right, you guys are saying that Raddus is good for DTMG. So Raddus, Jin, I'm assuming K2, Cassian, SRP, like that. Like, what are the essential components of that? Don't say base. If you say base, then I'm sad, because base is not available at this time. Alright. So, there's really no risk to me. I don't think you need to pinch a banner that particular way. We can come back and do that later. Yeah, we can. That is at my discretion. Fine. What are the least discretionary fights? I mean, let's go ahead and just knock out the crew thing. Yeah. Let's see if we can do this successfully. Okay. Adrad, Jin, Pow, K2 in a 5th. SRP probably better than Cass. I can respect that. Okay. His evasion's some bullshit, I'll tell you that. Okay. Becoming less bullshit by the minute. I see. Give him the mass assist. Probably just stun you, yeah? Okay. Glad we're all on the same page there. Keep draining your mastery. That is the most tense fight of the season, right there. Didn't look like it, but trust me, it was. Alright, don't be stressed, big dog. Yeah, well, that first buff immunity didn't take, so mildly concerned. Alright. This Qui-Gon with ETH, man. Was I right in seeing that? Did I see somebody do that? No, that's the... What are you doing? Ethan who? Man, that's a high commit, my dude. Raddus is good. Did I not see DTMG in here? BKM 65, I remember that. That is a classic. DTMG for 59. So BKM is probably my best option then for this. Okay, I can live with that. Looks like you want Bam in either case, so you're leaving Sabine off. Okay. BKM, Paz, Grogu, Bo, and Bam. Bam! Leia. Let's look up Leia. I want to say that I've seen somebody do JML. He had Drogon for offense. Yeah, it starts to get obscure real quick. Cassian. Really? So very few of you. This is the Tenacity Gambit. Yeah, see, it looks like it's potentially a nightmare for JML. How do we proceed? Draw cooldowns? Then go JML? If that's the plan, we'd want to make sure that we were clean everywhere else first. I wonder if this is worth attempting, Night Sisters. Yeah, Raddus for DTMG, so that's fine. I guess Aphra for Trench. We could attempt Night Sisters on Jabba, but if that fails, then we're really up against a tight spot. I don't like that. All right. I'm going to take a couple minutes break here and think about this. Yeah, the CLS with Leia, yeah. This is to take advantage of the insane damage gains from that support crumb. He might have used Drogon with his Saw team. Yeah, you would think. Very interesting. I wonder what that was used on. He said he did some pretty cool counters, so he said he was looking forward to telling me how things went. Yeah. DTMG Enoch will dog walk Qui-Gon. That's what I thought. Yeah. Before I go on break, I think I'll knock this out. Banners aren't what's important. Sith Eternal is important. You want a pre-taunt to take the dunk. That's the issue. So, you make them a pre-taunt. You make anyone a pre-taunt. Any Darksider. There's a lot of damage. Yes, I like that. That's kind of a smart idea, banners-wise. Watt GBA. We're fine regardless, but we even have a decent chance of good banners here. How interesting. Stormtrooper Kron's kind of cool as an idea, but I don't think I need it. I'd like to have Watt. Alright, let's go. Saw Luthen, Drogon, Kyle in a 5th. Yeah, but against what, Tim? That's the question. That's the million-dollar question. What exactly are you doing with that? What are you doing with Saw on offense? I can't wait to find out. He said he'd share the details, so I'm looking forward to it. Doink. Ow. Save it. Pivot. Okay. Okay. I'm fine, you're fine, we're all fine. No point. Everybody be cool, chill. Be chill, be cool. Gonna need you to go ahead and stop being giga staggered forever. This is maybe your last chance to use this, so just use it. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful book. No, we need one more transform, in fact. If you don't mind. Nice. Right on time, in fact. Link up. Okay. You could middle for one more, but it's not going to bring you back any closer. I think that's greedy. Okay. Okay. Didn't I say be cool? Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna drain your protection, then relink soon. There it is. Alright, well, you know, banners wise, that was butts, but still. Relink you and you, and then it's over. No, no worries, Tim. It's all good. Hmm. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Alright, some decisions to make when we come back. See you in just a couple of minutes, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, we're coming back. Now, yeah, there was still some mental debate about what to do about Trench. I do believe Aphra is a fine answer for that. DTM, Aphra's gonna be right. So it's like you risk Night Sisters there. I think Aphra's the answer. Okay, fine. So, of these three, you are certainly the most dangerous, Leia. The cooldown pull. Having the tactical option would be nice. So, Rogue One. Mon Mothma doesn't fight Leia, does it? Two people tried, two people died. And they brought the full complement. I would have thought something like that to work. 24 seconds, okay. Among the many things it did, work is not one of them. Actually, among the few things it did. That fight was less than 30 seconds. Alright. You have Phoenix with Sabine, Kron? I want to say... Krex is on defense. Palcrom. Tank revive? Why not? Turn meter. Turn meter gets you where you're trying to go faster. You go turn meter or tank revive? Well, you want long text either way, so we've got that going for us. This one offers no defense with the tank revive. We have the means of reviving characters. So that's probably less powerful than just having turn meter. Plus this defense seems like a good call. Okay. How do we play it? Well, Death is going to dispel us. If and when he should go. Yeah, the turn meter, I think it's just incidental. It also happens to be the one that has the better defense. It's a busy day out there, damn. So, are we trying to blitz out Moff Gideon? I don't know if that's actually going to work that way. Remind me what this does? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Right then, you. Not exactly the droid we were looking for. Turn meter, it's a mass assist. I don't know. I really do want you to throw your shit first. Okay. Not my favorite opener. Not my favorite opener. What are we doing here, kids? Okay. Okay. I'm fine. We're fine. We're all fine. Okay, we can free ourselves up now. We could also give ourselves the juice. I'd say free up is a good call. Okay, but now Yeah, see, you're just going to revive them. It's no shit to you. So we can just save that for now. Right? Well, this... You're going to do the middle if I pass this to you. Okay. Okay. Then we do this so that you have hope. And then we nuke? Or do we just nuke now? I don't know. I feel like we want to have our Rogue One bonus, so I'm just going to do it and assume that it's right. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be out ahead anyway. Do we get actual TMR? No? Okay. Well, we got the juice. We don't have the offense up, but... How about it? There it is. Alright, 65. Nice. Okay. Night Sisters here would be Spice. It's true. Didn't I see Fatal do something interesting last week this way? Yeah, see this? You see this shit? Decisions. If we do BKM, what happens? If we do BKM here, then we would need the shit to be significant, is what we would need. Doesn't have to be light side. Would be better if it were. This could work. This might be even better. Sure. This is excellent. This is excellent. Especially for pause. So we'll get to keep pause longer. We should be able to weather the initial damage. We kill Qui-Gon. Then we kill JKA. First we kill the bat. Yes. GG. The Night Sisters would be interesting. They all have fairly high defense. Kind of disadvantageous, really. The resistance penetration's good there. Yeah. Yeah, but the attacks out of turn are going to be happening when Mother Talzin and Asajj are dead, right? So that wouldn't really be getting in the way. I might just be overcomplicating this. What else do I have that I like for dealing with this? That could work. Wouldn't Finn's Ori potentially work? There's merit in checking this out. What I'm trying to see if I can do is be flawless everywhere else, because that's why I think I don't want to do Night Sisters there. I don't want to risk Night Sisters on Jabba. I need to be clean there. Leaning more in the direction of Aphra. My Aphra should be able to get it done. That's why I kind of want to figure out something else. Turn meter and protection. Alright, let's see what we got here. Malgus, Starkiller, Reva, Gas. Aphra 60%. BKM will get it done, regardless. How are you all doing this? You're using whatever's high defense, I'm sure of it. Whatever's high defense, so whatever's clever. Sold. So BKM can go for Trench then. We have a Dispel. It makes sense. We'll do it like that. Same composition too. Okay. So if BKM goes there, that means DTMG could go to Qui-Gon. Yeah, they just can't crit anything. Yeah, it makes sense. Really can't do a lot about that. Alright, that means Aphra there. What was it? Was that a 65 with Raddus? Or not? I want to say it was. So BKM. Alright, I think we've got our plan. This plan allows us to do a cooldown pull on Leia, which would be quite a privilege. Most consequential would be this. Alright, Aphra, we haven't been using you much lately, but you are missed. Bring forth the mighty war droids. Who do you want? I might take IG. Or not IG, IPD rather. The Dark Lord. Alright. The biggest, baddest bitch. This is gonna be fun. I believe in you guys, I just want you to know. How big is BT1? Yeah. Yeah, boy! Alright. B2. B2 is the better choice. That's pretty nice. Remind me, is that whenever any ally? Separatist ally. See, I don't like this that much. The minus crit chance and minus evasions, whatever. But IPD can prevent them from getting buffs. Dispel is nice, though. The one Dispel can be nice. I remember doing this back in the day. It's not that it's bad or anything. You know what? We'll take it. It's a premium option, but we're in a premium position. We could actually maybe need General Grievous. If something goes horribly wrong, Grievous would be one of my... I hope I have it as a backup option to swing at Leia. So I think I'm going to treat it like that. Let's go. Yeah, I've been using GG to clean up Leia's. Yeah, man, I don't want to assume everything's going to go well. I mean, you hope. Hey, we got the 5 doubts, man. You can't get no better than that, I'm afraid. Sure, go ahead. Drop the hammer on that. Yep. Okay. Start paying out. I'll have that money. Money! The Dark Lord seems entirely redundant. Perhaps. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, that's cool. Hit 50 times. It's okay. Sweep. Yeah! How you guys doing? How you doing? Wop. Wrap it up. Do the armor shred here? Yeah, nah. No, I think we'll do this. Try and call. Oh my god. And this is your first turn. You'll get the added potency if I do this, but otherwise seems kind of wasted. Let's just go for the basic. Yeah, boy! And finish off the big man. Yeah, I really should never have doubted. BT1 was ready. Was there for me. Hey, you can't do that. Shoot him! Or something. The Dark Lord cometh. 1. Aw, poop. You can't do that. Okay. 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 You're supposed to be dead. Basic. Okay. This is fine. It's all fun. Whoo! Does that summon droid slap? Okay. All is going well. 63. So Trench, I have very high confidence of BKM. So that's every reason to do it now. Who's the Vandor Crumb? Alright, there we go. Hey, 100 more biddies from Bane. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, BKM time. Alright, alright, alright. So, we probably want to save the Dispel, unless we can use it to take out this guy expeditiously. Not very high defense, so we should be able to cut right through. Begin. Okay. I'm sure we're fine. Okay. So you haven't gone into poop stance yet, but we actually really do want to free you. How do we want to proceed? Well, this buff immunity is going to get applied every time. If we don't take this right now, I think we're going to be in trouble. It's not the move I'd prefer. Do we need to do this right now? Land that. Do this. Son of a bitch. You weren't supposed to be like this. This is cheating. I really have to insist that you stop. Okay, this is a whole bunch of stacks. We're not blinded. We do have to pay the toll, it would seem, the troll toll. That sucks. We do get a call here. Interesting. Or a dispel for you. But the call's probably better. It's also stacks, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, it in fact was indeed stacks. People to delete, chapter 1, you. You're as maxed out as you're gonna get. Yeah, yeah. Beastin' out here, boys. The Beasting Boys. You might have heard of them. Okay. You're just gonna do annoying shit. So, basic. Yeah. Okay. Smack. You were supposed to be dead. We're trying to survive long enough. There we go. Trying to survive long enough to get to another BKM roll. Yeah, so one more turn. This basic will dispel the crit immunity, which I kind of want you to have for the moment. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll take a 64. I'm not going to be too mad. Nah, non-critical hit was like, nah, just get out. All right, 64. Fine. Yeah, Bam was actually pretty key in there. I saw some, I forget which Discord I was reading it on the other day, but there were people really going to bat for saying that having all this, like if you wanted to have your BKM somewhere like 290, 300, and you're wanting to have Bam one speed faster so that he can enter the bird stance before she does her AoE and like resets him immediately after, all that good stuff. Like people were saying that it wasn't worth having that one extra speed on Bam. I don't know that that was critical in this matchup today, but him being ahead of BKM was helpful, I think. And it generally is. I stand by it. All right. So, we're looking good. I guess we can do that DTMG thing now. He had a 1343, right? What am I at right now? Okay. 1343 minus 1034 minus, and let's say that I, well, let's just be absolute. So if we 65 the Qui-Gon, we could practically 3-shot that. Okay. Yeah, I did do that. I think I did do that a season or two ago. Alright, anyway. Does Bam being faster made that third BKM Omi good value? I held off on that one. It's exactly the purpose of that Omicron. By, you know, Bam going into his bird stance and then BKM doing that move, which is also a mass assist, it's virtually guaranteed in 5 versus 5 that that would give you 20 stacks of birds, and then he immediately gets a bonus turn because he's the only ally that's, you know, it says that if an ally was unable to assist, then they get a bonus turn. That's the way that they phrased it. And Bam is unable to assist when he's in the bird stance, so he gets a bonus turn fed to him. So you get to pop 20 birds off, you know, immediately. It's a 1-2 punch. It's really nice. I like it. Not... I would say that you could make more effective use out of... like, if you were worried about the Omicron, then just have your Bam 1 speed faster, right? Because you're still going to get a lot of stacks out of it. You're just not going to get the immediate bonus turn for Bam. But having that 1-2 punch is nice. Like, there have been metas of the past, like... for example, BKM's a classic counter to Lord Vader, but I think when she was relatively new, it could be dangerous when there was a really high amount of armor penetration in the meta. I don't know that that'll be coming back anytime soon, but there's always some type of threat to consider. That's about it, though. But you know, when you're trying to avoid taking too many hits, having that 1-2 punch and being able to potentially close out the fight that much quicker, it can be a big deal. Okay, so we kill Qui-Gon, then JK, then ETH, I imagine. Step it. Step it. Step it. Step it. Okay. Mass assist here. Nah, just take all your shit, really. I mean, if you want to do it like that, you can. Then you're gonna pop. Well, you've already just done your AoE, though, so it is what it is with you. Which means this kills Qui-Gon. This kills the Qui-Gon. Okay, that's good. I like it. Inqs still just doing it big out there. Yeah. This is the stun. No need to be concerned. Yeah, see, Bane's saying he doesn't have it and he doesn't miss it. Like I said, I think you get the lion's share out of having that speed order. The bonus is, situationally, I can recall a few circumstances where it's been nice, but in general, yeah, it's not required. Alright, I think just the mass assist to finish. Okay. So, that's good. Alright. We got the 65 we were looking for. If we get a 35 or better, so we'd only be up a few banners if we voluntarily choose to do this. Do I choose to do this way? I mean, that's what we planned for. We planned for that. I think there's probably too much... isn't there some type of immunity to plague? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So you can't do some type of Night Sister cheese on that. Okay. I think we will take that. So how do we want this to go? She'll do the third on somebody. Krex does his AoE. CLS, Cassian does an AoE. He'll do an AoE. How to make sure everybody survives long enough for that. You would want, ideally, for her to have her smite, or her lockdown ability out of the way as well. So we can just be dropping a billion banners here. That's the worry. After 2 minutes. It's worrisome. Gotta go after Leia herself. Alright, I'll be just right back, guys, and then we'll knock out this last squad and see how it goes. Alright, we're coming back. So we need them to die relatively quickly. What does that mean? 1, 2, 3. character's really weak. I think like this. Okay. So the AoE's out. Who do you go after first? Do you just go after Rey? Or, Leia? Just bully in on her? JKL feels like nice to have. Yeah, CLS is the only attacker, yeah. All in on Leia, yeah. Okay, this is the one. Ad break? Oh, I can wait for the ad to be over, guys. That's okay. I wish it would tell me. See, it doesn't say. It doesn't say that we're in an ad, but I'll wait for you. Let me know when it's done. So that means that, yeah, it can be okay. The chimes are amusing. How we doing on that ad, folks? That ad done yet? Doesn't tell me. Okay, ad's over. What do you guys think Jolie? Do you think Jolie's too passive? This makes great mothers not seem tense. Yeah, seem not tense at all. Yeah. I mean, it's a preloaded team, hopefully with the nastiest part of its cooldowns dead. Although we are about to take that next big hit from her, aren't we? I think the control from JKL... That's what I was thinking. It just depends on whether or not somebody gets randomly popped off rip, which is of mild concern. Alright. Who needs to be stunned off rip then? Probably CLS. He's the only real danger. Yeah, alright. Let's see how it goes, guys. It's for all the marbles, it would seem. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Honestly, I've had more fine. Oh my god. Okay, that was fun. Okay, how do we want to do this? You're stuck this way. We want to mark you, but nobody can really do anything with it. Okay, we would want to free up from these buffs so we can do stuff. That seems right. We can target you when we do it. Swap over here. We can't stun you, but we can ability block. And we did get it. That's quite nice. Yeah. Pass over to you. Push this out. Push this down. Yeah. Okay. Like so. That's not good. That's good. That's fine. We can do this. Don't be slow. It's already a minute and a half gone. Sure. We'll take the turn meter. Push. Just smack her, please. Can we get some action with that? That's got to be helpful. You got to think that that's good. Push turn meter back to him when you can't push it into flow. This is fine, I think. Don't really want him to do stuff. High turn meter would be best. Keep you stunned. Keep you on lock. Gotta bully her down, man. Ooh. Push him. Come the fuck on. You gotta be serious. Don't fuck with me. Always calling Plo. Yeah. Well, we're mostly calling Plo. How's that grab you? It's not quite the same as always. You got me there. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. That looks like it's promising. Okay, that's less promising. You should probably just remain stunned, but then again, it's just good for you to not be doing anything at all. That was wasteful. I should not have done that. Ability block push here. Keep him stunned. There's no reason to allow him to do anything. We really need to heal our boy over there, though. Okay. Okay. The plan works. Mild terror ensues. Mm. 43. Needed to be a 34 to have him beat on ground. Yeah, we're up by 9, guys. 9. That's how it's done. 9. All right, that's 2 drops. Thank you. Nicely controlled. Appreciate it. Thank you, Desecrim. All right, well, let's do your payout first. 2 or less, 97% of. Man, I guess I'm making that too easy for you guys. I don't know. All right, then he's got these 3. Okay, I've just got to be smooth. Thank you. Eggs and toast. Nice to see Cheese Fleets as God intended. Yeah. I better not drop, yeah? That's the bottom line. Alright, Profundity, Leviathan, Chimera, Raddus. These are my options. I want to say I think I've tried a Raddus here and failed. Isn't Raddus a slam dunk on Malevolence? I don't think I've... If I have done that, it's been a very rare fight for me. What are you talking about? What? I thought I reset this. %. Okay. Must be something to it. Let's set up for it then. Where'd the music go, my man? Look it up. Got a big old resistance fleet. So talk to me about that. 70 banners, huh? 70 banners is kind of shit, if you ask me. Better than 66. So we indeed lose some banners. This is actually going to be a pretty close fight. So how do you want to do this? I guess it helps to remember what this does. So it wants you to use the reflector shield. And then you would dispel. Yeah, so on the second turn you would dispel. No negotiator on offense. Negotiator was on defense. %, for 70. The 70 is concerning. 66 is worse. We could do Chimera on this, which is a little... It's a little something. I'd have to remember how that one goes. %. For 68. As opposed to 100% for 70, I'd have to be an idiot. All right. You just lost connection to the servers? Oh, let me check that. Mildly terrifying. Thank you, Xanthia, for the first time chat with the warning. Okay, we seem to be in session. Seem to be in good order. Okay. I hope I play this right. I guess it's a good enough time to find out. Okay, so what's the sequence? Who we're going after? I guess it's Hyena when you can, Sunfac when you have to. But Sunfac's who you're going to have to hit most of the time. So you do the mass assist on him, maybe? I think so. We do the shield on the tank first. That much seems pretty clear. Hey, kiddo. What's up? You can eat your toast. Over there. Don't steal mine. You have your own toast. I know you are a toast monster and enjoy hoarding others' toast, but you may not have mine. You want mine? You want my eggs, though? You can have eggs. It's fine. Goodness. Sweet, hungry child. All right. Fight me. Famous last words. Right. So we could buffs up. What's gonna happen? Shields. Yeah, all that shit. I mean, you can take the buffs before the big hit. You can afford it. Nice evasion. I like that. Evasion's always welcome here. Deflector shields up. This is a dispel. Yeah, it's not really profitable to do that. Okay. You take it. Kid, enough. Atita, she says. Listen here, Tita. Yeah, hit the guy who's not crit immune. That seems reasonable. How we doing? How we doing out here? Okay, comeuppance enters the field. We do this. You already have the crit immunity, so... That seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. And then we get this just in time to dispel it off. Right? He said? Moments before it was all dispelled off? Yep, you can be evaded. That makes sense. Okay. Cleanse me. Heal me. Thank you. Alright. Make with the braps. Quickly. Quickly. Step it. Step it. Alright, we'll take it. And that ends up being 71. I will take it. Alright. We have successfully negotiated the trap. Without the negotiator. Ah. Okay. Out of curiosity, what's considered higher win rate? 85 versus what? Leviathan's 93. 83 if you do it wrong. 93, 97. Very good. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I mean... Well, actually, what is higher banner between the two? That's it's a fair consideration. Completely fair. 70 banners if all goes well. 75 there. Why was it 75? Because you took these and only sass 10 battles, 100%. 10 battles, 100%. It's kind of tough to argue with that. Yeah, I know, kid. Now, that was 10 battles, 100% for 75. So it would be 74 if we take along Mark 6. I feel like we would be hard-pressed to regret that. 71, it looks like, a lot of the time. As opposed to 75. So, against the Finalizer, the problem is the Finalizer can have pretty punchy upfront damage. So you have to think about, you feel like Rebels has more risk there. What was exposed for reinforcement? I have it sorted to show only just what reinforcements is on the defensive team only, and then those are the offensive counters that I had listed there. You're just eating up all my eggs, and I'm here for it. Hungry child, you may eat. What are we dealing with here? The command shuttle. Yeah, how is he setting this up typically? Both of them in Lando. Is that how he has it here? He just probably has the two then. Okay. $77. These are all lower. So be it. Leviathan here. And we will give you a full complement. Go. The negotiations were brief, says Bane. That's fun. We have to stop all that. Okay. Everybody is hit. Man, do we want to not do that shit anymore? This is fine. We'll do this. Buff it up. My eggs have been destroyed. We were hungry.
The eggs I needed 30 minutes ago, that absolutely.
Not blaming you.
By now
No. She came right in and started eating them immediately.
She has her own plate of veggies.
She ate the eggs. She's now eating my eggs. Not blaming you in any way, but it's amusing what's happening right now. We could we could mass assist and probably kill here, right?
Are you just Dad's mascot today?
Yes, we are Dad's mascot.
Should get you a little Princess Leia costume and have it be on your dad's stream for Halloween.
She's a sweet child. Get it! That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. You like the eggs?
So, you didn't do the StarCraft quote while I was asleep at the hospital with you, did you?
Kill, good. Far so good. Okay. This fine. How are we looking on the heal? Good. No more boba. We're gonna be a turn behind. Let's call the weakest ship. Yeah. Yeah, I know, sweetness. 73, acceptable. Okay. Like so. You love eggs? Yeah. Yeah, they were nice, fluffy, scrambled eggs. And my child has destroyed the vast majority of them. She has left me a few bites. Generous soul that she is. Give him the braps, boys. No, stop it. Don't do that. Okay. You are visible to me now. Hit him. Yana. Kill. Yeah. Yeah. The sooner we kill, the sooner we can come around to this. Yes, basic, take off your offense up. No profit in that. Okay. Smash hit. Why not? Why be conservative here? Dispel. Make the call. Was this game real? Just what? It's weird that that had to happen that way. What's up with the turn meter getting removed? Something I'm missing there. Like 3 other turns came ahead of Cassian. That's ridiculous. The assists from Han are ridiculous. It's like he's done won the whole fight. This is my man. This is my man. He was always like this. All right. MJ says, Tass, you think the punishing one is too strong and that it deserves a nerf, or will they leave it? Well, they're already working on nerfing it, right? So there's a 76. That's good. That's the fight, right? Hats off to you, Arsenal. This was a close one. Close one. 7 banners and he would have beaten me, so 1 by 6. Well, 1 by 7 because he would have had to get 1 more banner because my account's bigger. 1792 to 1786. Hell of a fight. Good job, Arsenal, if you're out there, man. Good fight. Congrats, Tass, says Doomfiend. Appreciate yous. They were leaving it but buffing the Dorito. Yeah, I mean, let's see how the matchups go. Like, the intent of the ship is to nerf all these other counters. Your negotiator, what is it? You know, of course, your Profundity, and also Empire. Chimera as well is weakened. Executor is one of the premium fleets, so you figure it's like Executor, Leviathan, and Profundity, right? So them trying to narrow certain counters, I'll have to play it out to see if it feels too bad. A lot, you know, if I was still feeling like Leviathan was a huge value on defense, then maybe I'd hate it a little more. But if this means that I just have to use Leviathan more often against Executor, I could live with that. I could live with that. Appreciate it. Solid win, says Ziltoid. Yeah, Ziltoid, I saw you were on Discord. On my Discord, but you didn't have the Swugger roll, so I gave you that. You should be able to see all the Swugger channels now that you were not seeing before. They said they're not going to nerf it, says Memex. Whatever they judge, you know, we'll see. I have it at 6 stars. You know, I'll have it 7 stars in the next couple of days. Seems pretty crazy. I'm not mad at it, though. All right, as far as my defense goes, Arsenal did all of his attacks before the stream started, so I covered all of that at the beginning. Go back to the start of the VOD to catch all those details. But as far as attacks go, bottom front, I think we started out with Bane set versus this Traya, Talon, Nyla, Savage, and Lord Vader. And yeah, that was a one-shot. You know, we did the cooldown reduction, made sure that Nihilus took out Set while Set still had Taunt, and then the fight kind of just dissolved from there, so it was fine. Against Nass, I saw some cheeky bastard last week was successful with Gas 501st. I happen to have Gas 501st, so I tried it. I think you probably do want to burn that Rex form up early in the fight if you're trying this, because even though the Tenactiy Up would be immediately dispelled by Boss Nass, the turn meter gained might help you get down that shield generator earlier in the fight. Because I feel that later on in that fight, we almost got that generator down, right? I don't know if that was going to win the fight, but certainly holding off on form up didn't work either. Because we had ability block on Rex for most of the fight after that. Interesting lesson learned. Went back in with Reva, cleaned that up for 37. Against Cere Malicos, we went in. That was Cere Malicos, Shin, Fulcrum, and Maul. So all attackers except for Cere. That was a nasty setup. JMK, Cat, GK, Ahsoka, and Mace. Mace was the fifth one. Yeah. 65 banners, I believe. 65 or 64? I think it was 64, actually. Yeah. GK, Ahsoka, Mace. Yeah. That was a good one. Alright, and then against his Ray, Swolo, Nest, Cal, L3, we did Cere Malicos, Star Killer, Cal, and Ninth Sister for 62. Yeah, Lost Star Cere. R.I.P. Okay, in the back, against Qui-Gon, yeah, with Eth Koth on it, and Ahsoka, so this is a pretty premium setup. We went in with DTMG, Gideon, Enoch, Death, and Scout, 65 banners. That was pretty smooth. Against Great Mothers, Morgan, Initiate, Marin, and Death Trooper Peridia, we went in with Crew, Slacker, Hux, Fu, and Phasma, 62 banners. Leia was the last fight we did on the board. And I had JML available to do it. I saw in last week's match history, only a couple people tried it, and they lost using JML on this. So I planned out the rest of the attacks after I cleared the front wall, thinking that I might need to do a cooldown pull here to make sure that JML would have the best chances of working. And we were successful everywhere else. So by the time it came back to do this, we did do a cooldown pull, went back in with JML, Plo Koon, JKR, Jedi Cal, and JKL. We didn't lose anybody. I want to say, what, 62 something? Well, I don't recall what the banners were on that exactly. I was elated, though, that worked, because that could get real scary on you. They took a bunch of turns with their preload, but because I didn't have to worry about... Krex turbocharging CLS because all their debuffs were delayed. Yeah, we were able to control the fight from there. We stopped everybody that wasn't Leia. Like, Leia was the only character on their team that took turns as soon as we started to be able to take turns. So, that was cool. That was cool. All right. Top side against Malgus. Nothing too surprising here. We went in with C, Watt, GBA. I had Watt because I didn't set Trench. And probably didn't need all this, honestly. Probably just C, Watt might have been enough with a high defense crow. So it was a 61. Could have been something like a 62? 3? Nah, 3. Like that. No, plus 3. It would be like a 64, right? All right, against Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, Boba, and Embo, I am pleased to report that even though this one had like 300% plus defense on it, Aphra, BT1, 000, IPD, and the Dark Lord himself, Darth Vader, got it done for 63 banners. Against Trench, Django, Dooku, Newt, and Watt, we went in with BKM, Paz, Groku, Bo-Katan, and Bam for 64 banners. And against DTMG, Scout, Gideon, Night Trooper, and Death, went in with Raddus, Jin, K2, SRP, and who was it? Pow. That's right. And that was a 65. So, everything worked to plan up there. Very nice. All right. If you had just gotten here about Fleet, Executor, we did Leviathan, and I want to say that was... $74, something like that. And then Finalizer was Profundity for 76. And against Malevolence, we did Raddus, possibly for the first time. Possibly. It was 71, though. So, not as good as Negotiator would have been, banners-wise. In the end, yeah, if I hadn't done the experiment with gas, I'd be up another battle, but I saw it. I wanted to see. Gas feels kind of mediocre on defense right now. So, lesson learned. We were just still able to squeak by with the win. Nicely done, Arsenal. Alright, so that means I probably have Barator for round 3, right? Yeah, I feel like, so Darth Jar Jar, yeah, so Barator had a bye round. Okay, Barator, see you next round. I think I lost to Barator earlier this season, so we must avenge ourselves. We'll see how that goes. Alright, let's go ahead and do the rundown and get ready to roll. First, if you want to be in touch, you want to find out when I'm going to stream next, questions, you just want to be part of the community, there's my Discord. Of course, if you have enjoyed this stream and you want to watch previous episodes with chapters added for easy browsing, check out my YouTube, Tassinix Gaming. I've also got some other Swugger-related content up there that I think you'll be very interested in. We've got the Datacron set videos for set 16 and 17. 18 just came out the other day. It's a very busy weekend here for myself and Aesop Rock, but here in the next couple of days, we are going to be recording the video on set 18 and getting that out, so that's up there. We've also got the mod guide videos, starting off from requests, from my community and my patrons. We're just about to wrap up the Great Mothers faction. The last video is just going to be covering the few random Night Sisters that you throw in for the 5th. But, I love making those. You guys love watching them. Thank you so much. Most of the growth in the YouTube channel has been through the mod guide, so I appreciate your appreciation. And of course, if you're a fan of the show, then you also know that my GAC-focused podcast, Plotting and Scheming, is also up there on the YouTube. That is my weekend review format with my co-hosts, Dagger, TJ, Sasha, Aisha, and Fatal. We cover how we dealt with the meta matchups of the week, what our favorite attack and defenses were, what lessons we're going to take to the next week, and anything else we think is worth sharing. So that's all there. And of course, anything you like on the YouTube, please hit like, hit subscribe to see more. Really appreciate that. All right, and of course, if you want to support the channel further, never required, always appreciated. I do have a Cash App. You guys asked me to get one. I have one. It's $Tassinix. Otherwise, you can consider joining my Patreon community. Check out patreon.com/Tassinix. For any upwardly mobile Grand Arena player, there is something there of interest to you. $5 a month gets you in the door to the TAS House at VIP access, where you get early access to Plotting and Scheming. It comes out publicly on Fridays, and my patrons get it a few days earlier, usually Tuesday night, within hours of us recording. You also get early access to the Datacron set videos, dedicated text and voice chat on Discord, where you can find me, usually lurking, so pop on in and say hi. But thank you so much to Andrew, Arj, Brock Thudsteel, Deadpool Cow 28, JJ's Productions Twitch, Jobin4527, Johnny B. Ottawa, Miasmal, Ray's Malbus, Renee Bebe, Sam Vimes, Squed, Stark Strategy Gamer, Sweens14, White Wolf, and Zoltre. That's the wrong button. At $10 a month, you move up to VIP Access Plus, and you get the bundled access to not only my Patreon, but OmegaBot Patreon as well. So if you like that detailed scouting report I did on Arsenal at the start of the stream, that is a product of OmegaBot Patreon, where you can pull greater than 2 weeks of history and build a comprehensive report. But you also get this downloadable HTML report with web links, just integrations to pull right up into swugga.gg, look at details of counters. Very helpful, powerful stuff. Can't say enough good about it. Thank you so much to Stryker and Desh Sotnikam. At VIP Access Premium, that's $15 a month, and that's the Double Bot bundle. So Patreon access to myself, OmegaBot, and Hot Utils, which is the premier tool for your mass mod management and loadouts. With a couple clicks, you can move between Grand Arena, TB, Raid, save a bunch of time. And, of course, all of the other helpful tools for Grand Arena and TW. Thank you so much to Duckstab, Funky, Ibanek, General Milan, Sir Boss, Quig, and Wilco. And my daughter has returned to finish off what little remains of my eggs. Shame. It's a shame. All right, and at the top of the heap, Ingesters Club Elite, the one, the only Nomad's Reaper. This guy pops into stream from time to time, drops hundreds of subs, thousands of biddies. By far the most insanely generous, supporter here over the years. Really appreciate him so very much. Okay, and of course, last but never least, our special thanks. First to Yoda Force, one of my original supporters back in the day, bought me the mic that I'm speaking to you on right now, and even though he has long since quit the game, we want to wish him well from the other side. To Mrs. T, my wife, who usually does a pretty solid job of keeping my daughter out of my hair, which is usually, that's not the case today. I had eggs, and now I don't have eggs, so, it's the thought that counts. I appreciate the efforts, and now my daughter's running away, having finished off my eggs, so love that. All right, and of course, to my co-hosts on Plotting and Scheming, Dagger, TJ, Sasha, Aisha, and Fatal. Gentlemen, it is always a pleasure and a privilege to record our show on a weekly basis. We all learn something from it. Our viewers learn something from it. Wouldn't change a thing. Thank you guys for being available week in, week out. All right, head back over to the main scene here and make ready to raid you out. Who's live? Who's live? Same category. Who's live? Who's live? Oh, Nooch has raided into us before. Let's go ahead and give a little love to Nooch. Yeah? All right. Starting up the raid here. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the show here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a fun one. A little scary there towards the end. I'm glad the gambit with the cooldown pull panned out. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. Tomorrow night versus Barator. Look forward to seeing you then. I'll start between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern, unless I announce otherwise on Discord. But until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.
Master.